Welcome to welcome to the Amherst League of Women Voters, sponsored by the um, Racial Justice Committee of the League, the Judy Brooks Conversations. We named this conversational piece for a very active member of our league as well as our community for many years. Judy Brooks was a teacher, and we lost her in 2018. She was very active in voter registration and instruction and all kinds of things. She served on the select board when we still had a select board, as well as being very active in the community in general. And so we, with permission of her family, decided to name the series after her because she would have loved to see this kind of thing happening. So welcome. Now that I've done that, now I got to find it again. Okay. The mobile market that we are focusing on at this time is very important. Trying to get involved. Oh, and I want to make one quick announcement. Milan, we got more of the red cards in for people who weren't in when we first talked about it, that will give people their rights in not just English, but also in Korean, Spanish. What were some of the other languages? Haitian Creole.
Yep, in English.
And English, of course. What your rights are. And hopefully in Amherst, we can actually read those cards and actually do something with them. Okay, now that I gained it, I lost it again. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I had it and then it went away. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to get the names of the people. Let me do Ronnie Parker, Rosana Salazar, Isabel Ramirez Valderas, and who else am I? Oh, and Elizabeth. What's Elizabeth's last name?
Elizabeth Castro Sanchez.
Castro Sanchez are going to be speaking to us, and I am trying to find the thing again. I had it and it disappeared on me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, here we are. I think so. Okay, maybe you better send it. After all, I can't believe I found it and then lost it that fast.
Okay, maybe I'll introduce and then
Okay,
Rosanna
why don't you
start,
introduce?
and then I'll send it because I closed my thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so today we're here to talk about the Amherst Mobile Market, and the people who are speaking are first Rosana Salazar. She's been with the market for a very long time. She'll tell you herself. She's also president of the board of directors. And then Isabel Ramirez Balderas, who is very closely associated in many ways, including now as a member of the board, will speak next. And then Elizabeth Castro Sanchez, will speak also about her personal experience being at the market. And she has been there a lot, buying and selling, and knows a lot of the people who come there. And then lastly, I will close with some remarks about my experience in the market. So with that, Rosanna, why don't you start and I'll get that message to Andrea.
Okay, Rosanna's going to start. Oh, I was going to say demute.
So
Everybody else, please mute.
Okay, so I will start. Okay, thank you. So good evening. Yeah, my name, new one. My name is Rosana Salazar. And thank you very much for the invitation to be part of the Judy Brooks series, where we have the opportunity to share more about the work and mission of the Amherst Mobile Market. The Amherst Mobile Market is a multilingual initiative that seeks to directly address the series of problems of food insecurity by offering a mobile solution that brings fresh, healthy, and affordable produce directly to the most vulnerable communities in our area. Our work is based on a fundamental belief: access to nutritious food is a right, not a privilege. Neither geographic location or income level nor physical limitations should be a barrier to people living a healthy life. Our model has been designed to eliminate the obstacles that many families face when accessing fresh food, like distance to supermarkets, lack of transportation, lack of time, or simply the absence of healthy options in their neighborhoods. The main strength of the Amherst Mobile Market is its flexibility. We use a mobile unit that arrives directly from the farms to designated markets locations near or in neighborhoods where it's most needed, bringing food closer instead of asking people to travel long distances. The market outlets have been strategically selected in key areas of the town, so they are within walking distance for nearby residents. This is especially important for those without private transportation or who face mobility challenges. By being so close to where people live, we eliminate one of the biggest barriers to accessing healthy food, the need for reliable transportation. And how was this community vision born? Well, the story of the Amherst Mobile Market began on 2018 when we initiated the community conversations about food justice in our town of Amherst. These spaces involved community members, professionals from local agencies, and Healthy Hampshire program, part of the collaborative for educational services. At that time, we heard many stories from people sharing how difficult it was to access fresh food. Some had to take public transportation, which could take between 2 and 3 hours to reach the store. That when they arrived to home, they were exhausted to do anything else. From the discussions, ideas for possible solutions emerged. One of them was the creation of the mobile market. And with the support of a grant, we began planning the project. And in 2020, during the pandemic, the Amherst Mobile Market began operating. And in this difficult context, it became an invaluable resource for many families who were losing their jobs and facing food insecurity every day. The affordable prices and no-cost shares program were significant relief for many people at that time. And in 2024, the Amherst Mobile Market was formally incorporated as a nonprofit organization. Since then, we have continued working with the same enthusiasm, commitment, and vision to ensure that everyone has access to fresh and healthy foods, regardless of their circumstances. Our future goal is to become a sustainable market, And to achieve this, we need the continued support of the entire Amherst community. This market isn't just for those who organize it. It's everyone mobile market. Thank you. Now I think I could pass to, do you
Okay.
have an agenda or?
I want you all to speak unless anybody, wait,
Yeah,
does
I guess
anybody
Isabel,
that's here have a question about what some of the things she just talked about before we go on to another level, to another section?
we would prefer to wait till everyone has
I
spoken.
think probably that was what I was thinking.
Yeah,
So,
I think Isabel is next.
Isabel
Okay.
is next.
okay, I'm gonna mute.
Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, everyone. I try to do my best. I am still working with my English. My name is Isabel Ramirez, and it is a true honor to be here today as a member of this community and also as part of the Amherst Mobile Market Board of Directors. I want to share how meaningful this market has been for me and for many families in our community. As a mother, I understand how difficult it can be to access fresh, healthy food at an affordable price. Thanks to the Amherst Mobile Market, many low-income families now have access to organic vegetables, seasonal fruits, and locally grown produce. Being able to provide nutritious meals for our children without having to travel far or spend more than we can afford is a true blessing for many of us. What I truly appreciate is how this market goes beyond simply selling food. I've seen the commitment to maintaining a strong relationship with the community by offering events and activities that enrich our lives. As a mother, I find it incredibly valuable that our children are exposed to healthy eating habits and local agriculture through the market's educational opportunities. These experiences are planting seeds that can grow into lifelong values around health, sustainability, and community care. Serving on the board of the directors has been an empowering experience for me. It has given me the opportunity not only to serve, but also to have a voice in defining market's vision and future. I am proud to be able to help make decisions that reflect the real needs and hopes of our neighbors. It is inspiring to be part of a team that values our equity, dignity, and food justice. And I continue to learn so much through this work. Thank you for being part of this collective effort. The Amherst Mobile Market is a space for transformation, unity, and hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. That was really, it's unbelievable. Okay, and who is next after Isabel? Is it going to be Elizabeth?
Elizabeth?
Because Rainey, you're going last, right?
Elizabeth is next.
Elizabeth, right? Okay, Elizabeth, are you ready?
Yes,
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
ok. Hola, mi nombre es Elizabeth Castro Sánchez. Yo soy parte del Mobile Market de Amherst y estoy sorprendida cómo las personas disfrutan los vegetales, están ahí preguntando cuándo se abre, me gusta ser parte del Amherst Market porque la gente disfruta mucho los vegetales frescos. La familia, yo conozco muchas familias que siempre preguntan y, ¿cómo puedo decir? Pues yo también soy madre de familia, yo también lo disfruto ayudando a las personas que, que tengan todos los vegetales frescos todo lo necesario para una familia hispana, más que todo, que a nosotros nos gusta mucho la fruta y los vegetales frescos. Y espero continuar. Roxana, ¿quiere que termine o continúo?
Y lo que preparaste ayer.
Sí, lo termino todo.
Sí,
Ok.
Rosanna, it will help us if you do it as she's speaking, like in bits
Yeah.
and pieces. Is that all right?
yeah, no, she started to present herself and to say that she is proud to be here and to be part of the mobile market and surprised because she's surprised always because the families are going to the market and they are very enthusiastic every time they go to the market and see all the vegetables and fruit that they could take. Okay. Puede seguir, Elizabeth.
Ok. Y ¿cómo puedo decir? Me siento un poco nerviosa.
I am
Porque
nervous. I am nervous. Tú preparaste algo ayer.
sí, yo lo tengo acá conmigo.
Ya,
Ajá.
léelo.
Pues yo me siento muy orgullosa de ser parte de Mobile Market y que espero que continuemos dando el servicio a las personas que necesitan de la ayuda de todos, de los vegetales y que la familia siga disfrutando. Y me siento orgullosa de ser parte del Mobile Market.
Yeah, Elizabeth is nervous. Yeah, so okay, so she is saying that she is very proud to be part of the mobile market, and she wants to continue working. She prepared some things yesterday, and I will let you know what was in English. Okay, she prepared this. Hello, my name is Elizabeth Castro. I'm being part of the Amherst Mobile Market as a volunteer has been deeply rewarding and enriching experience. This project has allowed me to connect more closely with the community, meet people of different ages and backgrounds, and better understand their needs and realities. Every day at the market is an opportunity to share smiles and stories while sharing fresh local food. It fills me with pride to know that I am contributing to a positive change in my environment. Being able to offer access to fresh, locally grown vegetables not only supports the regional agricultural economy out, but also promotes healthier eating, knowing that I am helping to reduce barriers to accessing nutritious food close to where people live, motivates me even more to continue participating. Being part of the mobile market is much more than volunteering. It's an act of solidarity and commitment to the well-being of my community. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
De nada.
Very nice. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
that's sort of hard to follow. So I heard about the mobile market when I was working in the community garden, and I met Rosanna there. And she said, "Oh, why don't you come to them?" I told her I was interested, and she said, "Oh, come to the meetings." And I was sucked in almost immediately because of the level of participation, because of all the voices that were present. And I was there when the mobile market, about a year later, became a 501c3 nonprofit. And I specify this because if any of you have a van to donate or have anything to donate, you can write it off your taxes. But once we became our own and CES, the organization that started us, was no longer around, it was very complicated to be a community-run market. And we know this is why we don't see many examples of organizations that are community-run, because communities in reality are very diverse. And we all have our interests, and then you have the donors who have their interests as well. But I think that one value that has been instilled in everyone who is engaged in this work is this idea that we all want, all of us, not just, it's not the model where the traditional model of philanthropy where I have a lot, you have a little, and it's my duty to give you more because I have more and it's not fair, so I give you some. That's not the model we use. Our model is different. It's that we all have a need for respect and belonging and connection and to feel empowered, to feel good about ourselves and our lives. And so those ideas also operate in how we work as a board and how we interact with other people in the market. And to me, that's what makes the market really important. And if you came to the market, you would see that. And I think Isabel and Elizabeth have both mentioned families. There are people who just come and pick up, buy their stuff and go home. I've also personally witnessed people who come, they buy their stuff, they go home, they drop it off, and then they come back and sit till the end of the market and chat. And others who come with children, and the children start doing some kind of activity that's there for them, and the parents sit around and they talk. And all of this is important. And you know, people often ask me about my own upbringing and how is it that you become resilient? And I've been thinking about it a lot since I've come to Amherst. And I think it's because you have little experiences in your childhood. You know, there are things that go bad. You remember some bad things that happened where your dignity was maybe taken away from you or somebody tried to take it away. But the good things, I think, are what help you to latch on to what makes you a resilient adult. And what the market offers is these examples of good things for children, adults, for everyone. Instances of happiness, instances of feeling a sense of belonging that you can carry with you during times that are difficult. And that's why I think the market is really, really important. And having said that, the best way that you can contribute, and anybody can contribute, is to join the market. And by that, I mean, show up, become part of the extended community, because community building is a big part. To me, the buying and selling, well, that's good. Sometimes I see, like in the faces of the kids, there's a lot of empowerment in being able to pay your own hard-earned money to buy stuff for your family. And you see that interaction happening, but it's a whole other thing to see, to have the information and the exchange and the connection with people you don't normally encounter. So I think for these communities that are isolated in dense apartment complex off the main roads of people we don't see every day, there is nothing like making the connections outside of themselves to the rest of Amherst. So to everyone who really wants to contribute to Amherst, to the market, I would say come to the markets. And if I'm allowed to share, I'll put a flyer out at the end that tells you where and when the markets will be active. Yeah, and we'll be at the Sustainability Fair, so we hope you'll come and visit us and talk with us there as well. That's on April 26th on the Common. Yeah, we are not a food bank. We sell, and why do we sell? This is my last thought. We sell, and we sell at a discount, and why do we do that? because it's not their fault that they don't get paid a living wage that would allow them to go to Whole Foods and buy their own fresh produce. They are not able to do that because they don't get paid a living wage. All these people work just as hard as we all do. And as Rosanna said, access to fresh food that's healthy and nutritious is a right. It's not a privilege. And we enable them to exercise that right. So that's the mobile market. I'll stop there.
Okay. Wow. And I wonder how many people here knew all of this. I knew some of it, but this is unbelievable. I will definitely be coming when you open. Now, before we go any further, I know you are now a 501c3, right? So that people can write off if they donate certain kinds of things. And you know, we could repeat the things that are necessary or needed. Also, you were saying the League of Women Voters can help the mobile market. In what ways can the league do it, or other people might join us to do it? You know, what are some of the things besides coming, you know, to meet people and buy things and see it and tell others about it?
Well, the league has already done something very important, which is funded the purchase of little mini translators. And these will be doing training on how to use those in May, but that's really important because these are diverse communities of people who speak many different languages, and not everybody speaks English. And the little translators allow somebody, for instance, to speak, someone who's a Spanish speaker to speak with someone who's a Dari speaker. And we have this exact example among our volunteers. They can talk to each other with neither of them having to speak any English. And so I think that was really powerful. I think that there are lots of opportunities for these communities to engage in much more civic participation, like attending town meetings, participating in committees, all of this stuff that I think will bring their voice more to the to decision-making of the town. But I don't know, we've talked about this a little bit before. Rosanna, do you have more to add, or Isabel or Elizabeth, as to how the league? Oh, and don't underestimate the value of showing up at the markets, because the community building is the core of what we do. And that's a big, big deal. It's bigger than the translators and anything else. And of course, we need money always, only for about 5 years. And we do need a van right now. So anybody who has a working van with air conditioning we would receive it with joy. Sorry, Rosanna.
Yeah, only to add that, yeah, the league is just now, they are supporting us a lot with these translators. At the same time is that the support is to be with us at the mobile market all the time. You could go and put at your table and to promote the league and have conversation with members of the community and have we were talking with Marta, and that would be good to have you there reading a story book for children, and enjoy the families and have the connections with all of us that we are there.
When is the mobile market going to be opening?
Is in June 11th, from June 11th to end of October. This is our season time. We have different days, so we will be at North Amherst, next to University Village, Wednesdays from 3 to 6. At Colonial Village on Thursdays from 3 to 6. And Saturdays at East Hasley Road, next to the electric bicycles and bus stop. all Saturdays from 10 to 1.
Mhm. Okay. Does,
So here it is.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Mhm.
trying to share. We're going, this year we'll be in 3 places, and those places were selected because of density of population and demand. Wait, I did share. So North Amherst, around where all those apartments are, University Village Presidential Apartments, Puffton, I forget what the other one is called. And then Thursdays at Colonial Village. And Colonial Village is where I saw a bunch of people take their food home, put it in the fridge and come back. And then East Hadley Road on Saturdays. But we'll publicize this more, and you can go to our website always. It's Amherst Mobile Market, all written out.com. And you can also donate there if you want. But the locations are posted there.
Okay. Okay. That's a lot of good information. Does anybody that is listening now have a question or a comment they would like to make while we're does anybody want to just raise your hand? Okay, Ash? What? We can't hear you.
Greetings. Sorry, unmute. It's the most commonly heard word on Zoom. I was wondering if you are threatened by the cuts to food aid that the government is talking about, and what the implications of that might be. Anybody?
As far as we've heard, SNAP has not cut back. So people will still get SNAP. But registration is a problem because everyone's afraid to register with the government, no matter who you are. But we are partnering with the Food Bank of Western Massachusetts that has a big initiative that specializes in helping identifying students and others who are SNAP qualified and helping them to submit their application. So they said they say that SNAP is for now protected in the sense that the SNAP registry is not really accessible to anybody other than that particular thing. Of course, it may get cut, but for now, I would say, so that, Rosanna, you need to confirm this, that more than 95% of our customers are SNAP qualified, meaning, they have the income need. They have the need.
Mhm.
Anna,
Yeah,
would you agree? Yes?
Yeah, there's almost, 97%
Almost everyone.
low income people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a very vulnerable community of hardworking people.
Mhm.
I mean, everybody goes to work.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I think one of the hesitations is because of the farming communities who participate in your program also. Can you just talk about that a little bit? The local farms that we use some of the things from local farms, right?
Yeah, we buy everything 80% from local farms. Plainville Farm, which is just around the corner, Bart something farm, Sujowski's farm, Sobieski's blueberries. Warner Farm is as far as we go, only because they seem to have such a big, amount of stuff. But, and like Sobieski's only sells blueberries. Their blueberries are great, but we go there during blueberry season. We go to Sujowski's for the strawberries. So we try to get as much as possible from local farms.
Mhm. Mhm.
And only other stuff like bananas, mangoes, plantains, they come from a wholesaler.
Mhm.
Yeah, and is this 20% that is devoted to appropriate cultural food is exciting for people that they could go to the market and see their papayas, bananas, piña, and different things that they love it and children love too.
Mhm.
So is very good, very satisfied when the families came and the kids opened their eyes, saying, "Oh, God, buy that, mom." Yes.
Hear that. Martha?
Yes, well, thank you. I mean, this is all so interesting to me because until I started talking with Ronnie, I didn't know all that much. But I think one thing that's important to emphasize is when you go to the local farmers, you pay their full fair price, right?
Yes, we buy at the regular price. Nobody gives us a discount.
Yeah. And so this is, I see the mobile market as really a win-win because not only are we supporting all our neighbors in our community, but we're supporting our local farmers
Yes.
by buying really a significant amount of their produce.
Mhm.
Yes. And then you also told me that the mobile market is something more like a festival too, that you have music, that you have the health department has a table, that
Yes.
other groups can have tables there too. And so it really is a much bigger event than just your produce, right?
Well, just to be clear, we don't have a lot of tables. We have one other table, and each week it's a different thing. So for instance, if among you, there's somebody who likes to play your violin, you know, talk to us ahead of time because we have a matrix of visitors so we can spread everyone out. Bring your violin and play.
Well,
You know, it's really, yeah, it's definitely a festival. I don't know.
Yeah, and the mobile market is a special place where we are building community all together. And when people talk to us about their needs, what events they wanted to have, we have children activities, we have in past years, we have registration for license, for example, that Representative Mindy Dom was helping us to organize. So there are many things, many members of the community that are doing things. Yeah, the health department, the town of health department was there. Also the co-op, Amherst co-op was there. And yeah, talking about what they are doing and how to be registered for that. And many other things, the health department, the Cooley Dickinson, yeah, different events. We have cooking also at some time that we partnering with a restaurant to do that at some point, and many different things that was is very exciting that members of the community could find all these events. Also, we have craft, we have how to make a budget. Yes, for example, and many things that are very interesting for people.
Okay, Ash?
Yeah, first, I'm just so impressed of this work and also your focus, which is on building community. And the food is one way to do it, but it's not just about food. It is really about building community. And that's just terrific. I wonder who your volunteers are and how you get them and how are they. I noticed that, like my daughters worked at Simple Gifts Farm while it was around, and there was a constant turnover of people. And I just wondered, how are you? Are you able to keep volunteers, or is there a lot of turnover? And who are they? How do you do that? It's really impressive what you've been able to do, and I'm sure you've had a lot of help.
Yeah, Elizabeth is one of those. They're all people who live in the community. Rosanna knows everybody. She was there during the initial food assessment that they did. And so She knows everyone. And then people like Elizabeth, like Elizabeth knows other people. And the way people come to the market is really through these core group of volunteers. They are the ones who really operate the market. We're just sort of on the outside of it because they're the ones who are telling people, oh, the market's opening. Oh, they're going to have onions tomorrow or whatever, papayas tomorrow. The volunteers are really crucial. Without them, the market wouldn't be what it is because they are the connectors. They are the marketing people. They are the people who are present and act respectfully toward the customers. They're the people who set the tone for how people relate to each other. I mean, Elizabeth is amazing. I've seen her at the East Hadley Market. I mean, she knows everything. She's fair, she's reasonable, she's polite, she respects everyone. I mean, it's just, I don't know if you want to add, how do we keep them, Rosanna?
Yeah, always we are in contact with our volunteers and also eager to continue enroll more volunteers like students. We have last year a student working with us during the summer and was a very good experience for him. And also members of the community that they are in the global village. We have registered some people that wanted to be volunteer. They said, oh, on Saturday, this is the best time, or others could choose other times, 1 hour, 2 hours. Sometimes anything is good for the market. I think we need a support of the all members of the community to be there at the market. That's saying this is my market. Yes, and it says I am here to help in anything. There are many things that the volunteers could do, and yeah, and I think is also we are trying to give more information about the market because this is not only for people that are experiencing low income, it's for everybody. Because if you go and buy the vegetables, we could have that money to buy more vegetables, yes. So we need that really at this time.
So I just wanted to ask Isabel, because she also has been with the market for quite a while. Isabel, do you have anything to say about volunteering? Isabel has 3 kids and she's still there and she's still helping out.
Yeah, I have a really good experience last year before as a part of this community, I received my free share, but last year I had the opportunity to know the other side, what the people is doing on the other side, and was a really good experience for me. And I learned a lot about Rosanna and Rani. They are very kind and patient. And yeah, I love the market.
Does anybody have any other questions? Do you have any problems at the market, since it's out for the most part outdoors? Now, when the weather is not so good, you have ways to still maintain it?
Yes, if the weather is intense or rainy or storm, yeah, we just I think not cancel. Last year I think we didn't cancel, but we have a short time. Only instead that have 3 hours, we were working only 1 hour. And we announced that to people that is by Facebook or by the website or by the different social medias that we have. So people have to know that they have to go early to take their vegetables. And yeah, because I think the last year we experienced that we open at 3 and the storm is starting at 4, yes, something like that. So okay, we have some time to be there and to serve the community.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, the one thing you don't have to worry about, hopefully, is snow. So we can do anything in the rain. Okay, Sue, you have a question? Sue Lowry?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Mhm.
I'm curious as to whether you think attendance at the market will be impacted by the threat of ICE grabbing people and locking them up. And what can we as a community do to support our non-English speaking neighbors?
Thank you for that question. Because yeah, we are thinking a lot also and trying to makes that people feel safe. So we are offering people, if they want it, we could bring their vegetables to their doors. So this is an option. That will be an option. For that reason, we need volunteers also that are eager to do that, and that yeah, people sometimes is don't feel safe for different reasons. So we are trying to work on that all the time, and also this is a good opportunity for residents, Amherst residents, to be there with us at the mobile market, to say this is our market. Yes.
Yeah,
And to support us.
terrific. Thanks.
Well, and it's going to officially open when?
June 11th.
June 11th? Okay.
June 11th in North Amherst, June 12th
That's the
in
day after
Colonial
our
Village.
annual meeting.
Yeah. Well,
The
maybe
League of
that's a
Women
good
Voters.
time for me to be there and make an announcement.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we're having our end of the year meeting on June 10th. So yes, we definitely have to encourage people to come out and support, buy, talk to people, just get a good feel for it. Anybody else have questions? I mean, you all just really,
I did.
yes. Did you have a question?
Yeah. So right now you guys are closed in the winter, I imagine, because of the farms and growing season. But if you had another source for your produce, is it possible for you to operate year round?
We're talking about it, but at this point, yeah, we need to have a location that. Yeah, so we're discussing it, but actually this is we started last year and it was crazy. We had no staff. I mean, this year we're a little more solid. We could still hire some people, but we want to run it fully for 1 full year and track the money. Just to get a better understanding from a business standpoint, how our financial model is playing out. So we've got all sorts of systems in place, and we are doing some data gathering as well. So with that, in the fall, I think we'd have a better answer for that question. There's certainly demand. I mean, we could have more markets in more places, just focusing on Amherst. But I think we need to build up our financial base. We need to understand our financial model better. We need a better base of supporters. We need more people to come to the market. We need more people to donate. because each market costs so much more. But we started out, like our van doesn't work. So we have to like get to a good starting point as far as the stuff that we need. We just got banners. I just ordered them. So I think that we're still like a baby organization, even though we started in 2020. We had this big organizational support from this group called CES and their financial department that did the accounts and their PR department that did the logos and whatnots. But now it's just us. And we are talking about creating an advisory group of people who can help us in different ways to move forward. And part of that will be to help us expand in the future.
Yeah, and I wanted to add that at this point we need donations, really.
Yeah.
Because we are trying to work on that. Yeah, because we have grants, yes, but all I are reimbursed. Yes, is the way that working. So we need to start with something in advance. So
yeah, financially, we're not in a strong position because our biggest donors are government. So any of that money could go away any second.
That's right, because, we
Yes,
wealthy
Yeah, so-
need tax cuts, so we have to.
right, yeah.
Right. So we really do need for people to understand what this market is doing and how important it is from in a very fundamental sense, as far as your rights, for people to be able to be in a place where they feel respected, where they can actually meet other people, talk openly, and a place that feels happy, I think that's important for everyone.
Okay, so we would ask people who are hearing it and encourage people when this does go on to YouTube to look for the April 17th the market, to look for the Amherst Market thing, and they can actually hear what is going on, and definitely encourage people that to listen to that and to also come out and put out your you have a website. It explains where the different places are and the times and stuff like that. Those are very helpful. And possibly maybe talk to some of the schools about having the kids bring their parents and what have you, and volunteer. I mean, because that's volunteer work too in the community, that looks good on college resumes and things like that. So, I mean, I'm thinking, the teacher's thinking now, but those are ways that people,
Yes.
get really good positive things. Do you have something, Martha? Oh, that is your hand. Okay.
Yeah, that's my real hand and my
Yes, I
yellow
see.
hand. Yes, yeah, just what you said about the schools. The schools have a weekly newsletter that goes out. And I know we've advertised our Judy Brooks series there. And I bet that toward the end of May, if you contact the school superintendent's office, you could get a notice in that goes out to all parents about the market opening and what the schedule is, and little something about it.
yeah, we used to do that. We use the
Okay.
school newsletter to to let people know that the
Yeah.
season is open. Yeah.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
great.
Okay. I really appreciate this. I had heard of it, but this is a lot more clear as to what it is, and it sounds like a wonderful thing for not just a lot of the people who have used it already, but for some of us who have not. I would love to get a papaya at a reasonable price, as opposed to I'm not exactly thrilled with Whole Foods and everything either. So I will definitely, you will see me this summer. But I mean, it's, and just to meet people, you know, and see what's going on, because this is vital, you know, just really, really vital.
I
So,
would point out that our fruits and vegetables are fresher than what you would get at Whole Foods, because we often pick up at the farm in the morning and come right to, it's
Wow.
coming from the farm directly to the market. It hasn't been sitting on a shelf or on a in a refrigerator beyond where the farm kept it.
Mhm. Really
It
nice.
is truly fresh, and you can smell the leaves and all that. It's just a different experience altogether.
Yeah, and adding is that if we have leftover at the market, yeah, we donate those to the Amherst Survival Center, so everyone is benefited.
Right, that's great. That is great. Yeah. Does anybody else have questions or comments they would like to make? Well, hopefully, a lot of you will be out of the mobile market, but we will definitely be talking about it, and definitely want to bring it up and let people know that it's opening the next day from our
There's
final, you know, our end of the year meeting. Definitely want to tell them that this is one of our people, right? You know, I just think it's a great idea. I really do. So, and, you know, and say that we're participating because we wanted to help with the translation thing. And, you know, so or everybody can help by just being a volunteer or helping out there or finding out what they want. You know, just go yourself and see how comfortable you are at doing different things, because people don't realize how comfortable that can be, you know, as you get to know people a little bit. So anyway, anybody else have a question, answer, comment? We really appreciate Rosanna, you know, Isabel, Elizabeth, and of course, Rainey for opening our eyes to this too, because it's just that people don't do because they don't know. And so to get the information out is a great idea. I think I will put it on my little Facebook page and stuff, just to, you know, let people know that it's out there and, you know, to look at it. So, okay. I just want to let everybody know that when you get off this Zoom, you will get a little thing that asks you for 4 questions or so, 4 or 5 questions, very quick, to how you felt about did you learn something or whatever. By all means, please put that in there, because the state wants to know about us, you know, what we're doing. And this is very important. And I think that the more groups that do these things for our community need to be celebrated and talked about, and the more people know, the better it will be. So I thank you all for coming. I thank you for preparing me, even though I could barely find my things here. But you all definitely covered it very well, and thank you so much. And if there are no more questions or comments, anybody? Rebecca, can you think of anything that I need to say other than that? Okay.
Thank you very much. We're very,
Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
very
Thank you
grateful
very
to
much.
be able to come and speak, and we will let people know
Wonderful.
about you too.
I will
Yeah.
be there. I can't
Thank you
wait
so
to
much.
see it.
Thanks so much.
Yes, I will
Okay.
show up
Really
as a
good.
volunteer.
Yeah,
Thank you
welcome
so
to the
much.
market.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Good night. And don't forget to do the survey before you go. It'll take you like 3 minutes or less.